Sup nerds, it's me also nerd. So, there's some things about the International Phonetic Alphabet I think are weird, so I made my own phonetic alphabet. Um, it's used by combining symbols to make things. So like, let's say we want to make a bilabial plosive. We have this, and that means plosive. And then we have this. That means bilabial. There's our bilabial plosive. So, I'm just gonna show you how this thing works now. So, we have bilabial sounds. Here, I'll write it down. Okay, so these are all the right parts of letters. These are just, so they're the place of articulation. So this, bilabial, both of your lips touching, laryngolabial, your tongue touching your top lip, labiodental. I accidentally wrote labial. Labiodental is when, your bottom lips and your top teeth touch. Laminal is when the edge of your tongue touches your bottom teeth. It's a really rare one. Alveolar, when your tongue touches the alveolar ridge right behind your teeth. I realized I forgot to write a pretty important one down. I'll just write it here. So, yeah. That is the dental one, when your tongue is in between your teeth. That's what that is. Post-alveolar, right behind the alveolar ridge. Retroflex is like, well, just behind that. They just keep going further and further. Palatal velar is like where G and K are made. Uvular is at the uvula. Pharyngeal is at the pharynx. Glottal is at the epiglottis, I would assume. I don't actually know the names of all the places, just the names of the sound words of where that is. So even though this is like all of the placements, there's a few less specific ones. That is for labial sounds in general. So, labial, laryngolabial, labiodental, and laminal all fall under labial. So if we're not being specific between those, we just, that one. Then we have this is the coronal. And then we have dorsal. And lastly, we have the, I wrote it slightly wrong. There we go. We have the laryngeal. I probably spelled that wrong. So yeah, that's all of the places of articulation for consonants. Now I will show the manners of articulation. In green, I have put all of the manners of articulation. So, a plosive, simple little curve. Nasal, kind of looks like a nose. Trill, very rapid, going up and down, just like a trill, trills, they're like that. Tapper, flap, just go up and down. Ala. Just like a tapper, flap. Ala. Yeah. And we have the lateral tapper flap. They sure are the same thing, but lateral. fricative, because the air goes through a tight space. I made it kind of tight in there, and lateral just pokes up. Lateral fricative just pokes up. All of the lateral versions just have an extra poking up part. So approximate, just kind of like a semicircle, I guess. It's what I decided, because why not? And lateral approximate, same thing, but a little bump out. And implosive, it just looks like that. So yeah, you just combine these. Like, let's say I want to make the dental plosive. There we go. That would be the symbol for the dental plosive, because it has both. It's the dental, and then the plosive, and that would be ba. It's voiceless right now. To make things voiced, you put a little dot in them. That is our voicing dot. And now it's the. That's just how I made my thing. For vowels, you also need to put in the voicing dot. Everything is assumed to be voiceless unless there's a dot in it. And speaking of vowels, how about I write those down? They're actually made out of 3 parts instead of just 2. Okay, here's the vowel symbols. I didn't really bother to label them, so we have the front, the middle, and the back. Who would have thunk? And then, for the height, we just do the same thing, except we have like a little pokey outy thing that can go up and down more and more, because why not? And then we have a middle part that's either straight for unrounded sounds, and round for rounded sounds. So like I could do like, and that would be E. Well, that would actually be E, because it's voiceless. That would be E. But if I go like, now we have E. Yeah, and that's how the vowels work. Next I'm gonna get into some diacritics I made and stuff. So yeah. So I was erasing everything and I realized something. I only showed the syllabant fricative, which I only label as fricative, but there's also the non-syllabant fricative. So yeah, there you go. So here are some diacritics. I have an example here. We'll have like, so we already have the voice dot. We have 2, and like we can have like, let's go with this. So this is the voiceless alveolar plosive, and with aspiration. And we could also like nasalize it. I'll voice it for this. And we have like, creaky voice, we have tongue up, tongue down, tongue, oh wait, not left, back, and forward. They're pretty much the forms of these in the IPA, those guys. But there's one thing I'm gonna show you. This is the connection pole. It's for affricates, and this writing system that I made, this phonetic alphabet, the Zooneian phonetic alphabet, has a way to show syllabilification. And I almost forgot. Well, actually, I'll show it when I do syllablification, because it's going to be easier to show it on that. I will write a word in it and then explain stuff. Okay, so this is the word chiming. And this is what this connection pole is for. It's for affricates, basically. Because we have t and sh, and that makes ch in chiming. Then we have and I, chai, and then we go over to the next one, and this is the next syllable, ming. And this line shows syllable stress. So we have chiming, chiming. Yeah, so you read top to bottom, and then when you go to the next syllable, you go to the right. It's read like Mongolian, I guess. And there's not going to be like spaces for words or anything because this is a phonetic alphabet, not a writing system for one language. So the distinctions between words doesn't actually matter here. So yeah, that's the phonetic alphabet I made. It's always bothered me that the International Phonetic Alphabet has diacritics to change manner of articulation or place of articulation. I think mine's cool, I guess. But like, I don't know, it's just a little thing that I made for school once, actually. So, yeah, that's that. How about I write the thing I say. So this is shalom in the Zooneian phonetic alphabet. I forgot to mention that vowel length, or I guess length of any sound really, is written with tally marks, but like half a length is one tally mark, and a full length is 2 tally marks. So that's why there's 2 tally marks in both of the vowels. Anyway, so shalom. God be with you. And before you watch another YouTube video, do something nice, for someone in the world. You can make the world a better place because God made you for that purpose. Do it before you watch another YouTube video because YouTube isn't that productive. It's not going to help you in your life that much. So, yeah. God be with you.